The Chicago Bears win total 9.5, juiced to the under, minus 135 to the under. Division plus 170, conference plus 750, Super Bowl plus 1400, Khalil Mack Defensive Player of the Year plus 333. I do think this is a favorite to win the division. I do think this Chicago Bears team will take care of the NFC North. Number one NFC defensive rate last year. Expect the same this year. Khalil Mack is a beast. Can Mitch Trubisky take that much-needed step forward? He was not good in that wild card loss to the Eagles, even though he threw for 300 yards. It was his first 300-yard game since Week 10. He finished with 24 TDs, 12 interceptions. Are Allen Robinson and Taylor Gabriel good enough at wide receiver? Jordan Howard was traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Bears followed up that move by drafting David Montgomery in the third round of this year's draft. Is Montgomery the workhorse running back that the Bears need? Donnie Rightside, I like the Bears to win the NFC North.
I think the Bears are a really good football team. And if we break it down just looking at roster per roster, I think they're the most talented football team here in the NFC North. And it isn't amazing that you look and say, oh, Mitchell Trubisky, the Ferrari's coming out, the Maserati. And then you watch him in actual during game-to-game play, and you say, boy, looks like he's holding this football team back. He's actually, to me, if we have all four quarterbacks, all four teams here, on the bottom of the barrel quarterbacks that I would actually pick in this division if I want to lead it. But the overcompensation, the defense is absolutely sensational and got stronger. You added some pieces to offense that I think are going to really make a nice move here. Now, the one thing that you're going to look at the Chicago Bears this year, you're not creeping up on anybody. I didn't see it last year. Game-to-game basis, it was nice to get a read on them. But if we were doing this same show last year, I was really behind on the Bears saying, you know what? I just want to see what Trubisky does, and maybe the following year they'll make that move. Then they make a couple moves. Khalil Mack comes in defensive end, and they crush it down the stretch. And a double doink in the playoffs, they're moving on with a playoff win under the belt, but not the case here. I do like what the Bears have going on here, but if you can see the quick synopsis that I have, I think the quarterback is going to hold them out. Do I think they're the most talented? Absolutely. But when you watch the Chicago Bears, there's at least 2 times every single game you go, where was he throwing that football to? Almost a strike to the opposing team. I think that's going to hold him back. I have another team in this division that I have rated a little bit higher than the Bears to win it.
Wow, very interesting. You had a great read on these Bears last year. Whale Capper, is Trubisky capable of taking this team to another NFC North championship, or will he hold them back?
I got to see it to believe it with Trubisky. I'm not buying stock in the Bears right now. I think they're overpriced. There's kind of a popular thing going around. People are betting Trubisky to win MVP. People are betting the Bears to win the Super Bowl. I am much more bearish on the Bears, for a lack of a better pun, than the market in general. I think if we look back at what they did last season, I'm glad, Donnie, you brought up the double doink. If that field goal goes in, they head out to L.A. instead of the Cowboys, and I thought they matched up really well with the Rams, and probably could have punched their ticket to the Big Easy for the NFC title game. I think that would have been a pretty important step for this team in terms of their overall progression to get a playoff win under them. Instead, you have to kind of live with the fact that your quarterback of the future, a guy you traded up from the 3rd pick to the 2nd pick for, and one of the weirder trades we've seen on draft day in years past, he does not necessarily look like a guy that is anywhere near as good as a guy who was drafted after him in Pat Mahomes, a guy who was drafted after him in Deshaun Watson, and a lot of his shortcomings as a quarterback were made up for by spectacular coaching by Matt Nagy. He was incredible in crafting game scripts last year and really put the Bears in position to do well early in games, get off to some good starts, let their defense play downhill. What can any of that be repeated is a very, very tough question, especially in the regular season. They have a much tougher schedule last year. They were afforded a supremely soft landing over the first half of the season last year, and that really got things rolling in the right direction for the team. Young coach, young quarterback, got everybody's confidence up. This year, with expectations coming in high, I can't help but want to sell this team now and look for opportunities to back them if it does not go the way things are expected over the first half of the season. Maybe once the weather gets a little colder, maybe once some teams come into Soldier Field later on in this season, you'll get some nice prices to back the Bears game by game. But I'm not putting a lot of hope or a lot of stock that this team really has, the quarterback horsepower to put them in contention for an NFC title or a Super Bowl win.
Interesting stuff. It seems like I'm a little bit higher on the Bears than Donnie and Whale Cap.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.